guys have seen me review 2 or 3 different packs, and I've got a shoulder sling pack and a couple of regular 2-strap packs, hiking style packs that I've reviewed for you. And I like all those packs. Each one has their pros and cons. But for the last 6 months, I've been using a pack that I bought on sale for $45 from a company called Galls, Galls. And we're going to look at that pack for a few minutes. This pack is very good, very easy to carry, got a lot of space, it has a ton of space in it. So we just want to go through this thing and look. No doubt I don't have everything that I should have in this pack, but I've got a ton of stuff in here, and I carry it all over the place. I carry it with me on trips, I carry it with me in the woods, I carry it with me fishing. You've probably seen it in some of the videos up on the hood of the truck or different stuff like that over the past 6 months, but I'm going to let you take a look at it now. I'm really impressed with it. If I was going to buy one small pack, I think it would be this one. And of course, I've got my big ILBE Marine Corps pack that you can't hardly beat that for the space and for the comfort and the brace that it has in it. But this pack here is really good, and if I was just going to have one pack, I think it really would be this one here. So let's take a look at it. As for the outside of the pack, I've got water bottle. I've reviewed that before. Got a military canteen strapped to the side, carabiners, S-biners. This was recommended to me by one of the guys who watches the channel for picking up different things, kindling, fire starting materials and stuff like that. However, I ended up using it for TP. Now on the front of the pack, I've got this Cordura material pouch made by Hazard. It's like a fabric that's glued over a hard plastic material. I use this one for first aid. Got my gloves. Lots of stuff like this, pain reliever, antibiotic stuff, bandages, emergency blanket, which I hope I never have to use. Different stuff. I've got a lot of stuff out of a military medic pouch, olive drab. Everybody remember those? Back in the late 80s and early 90s, guys were taking these out of the packaging and using them for do-rags and bandanas and all kinds of stuff like that. I just got a lot of stuff in there, antibiotic stuff, band-aids, bandages, stuff to that effect. Alright, the front of the pack has actually 2 pouches up front. You saw this pouch already, but it's attached to another compartment, and it has a smaller compartment up top. So take loose the snap there and look at the bottom. And the bottom got another one of those emergency blankets. I have a bottle of hydrogen peroxide. Pretty big bottle, but it fits easily. And I've got my small Pelican 1030. Inside of that you've got matches, medical tape, a pen. I don't know if I'll ever need to write a letter while I'm out in the woods, but I've got a pen if I need one. Also, I picked this up at Walmart, just a kitchen knife. Farberware. It's decently sharp. I don't know that I'll ever need this, but if I do, it's in there. Now in this top pouch here, I've got a few things that everybody's familiar with. Compass, sewing kit, button comes off or something like that, sew it back on. Got one of these light sticks, glow stick, boot blouses, earplugs, tweezers, and magnifying glass. You can start a fire with matches, but push comes to shove, why not have another source? You can start a fire with this easily. Now in this section we've got our fishing equipment, hooks, sinkers, got line, a box of line over here, a roll of line over here. You can never have too much line in a pack. Line has never hurt a pack at all. Floats, sinkers, hooks of all sorts and sizes. Got to be able to catch those fish. Beanie weenies don't swim in the ocean or the ponds or creeks. I'm not a Raiders fan, but extra hat. Hats are very easy to lose in the wilderness. I bought this Stanley Flask. I don't drink alcohol, but this is for gun oil. Keep my gun oil in there. Army surplus pan and plate. Inside the pan and plate I keep my spork, my fork and spoon, and then I keep a bag here. It's got a flashlight in it and it's got my seasoning. Good place to keep a flashlight dry, inside a bag, inside your surplus plate. That seasoning is black pepper, Everglades seasoning, and salt mixed together. Beanie, not beanie weenies. Beanie weenies, beanie. Beanie weenies, beanie. Both very important. More of those. Extra pair of socks and a saw. I got this at Ace Hardware. I'm not a big fan of saws, but somebody said I should have one, so I took your advice. Now this back section here is large enough that I can have a few redundancies, like here's this seasoning again inside this waterproof box here, which I did a review on. It works really well. I've got seasoning, salt, Q-tips, not only for cleaning your ears but for cleaning a weapon, Leatherman Rev, camo case knife, trapper, another pen in case I want to write a letter and the other pen goes bad, sleeping bag, waters, camp cup, alcohol wipes, and my Ranger Tomahawk, which I've reviewed before. Cell phone cover, waterproof, one each. This thing also has a space in the very back. If you were carrying this thing for general purposes, you might could put a laptop or an iPod or an iPad or something in there, I guess. But if you're carrying it for tactical purposes, you might could drop an armor plate in there, or maps. If you had maps and some waterproof material, you could slide those back in there very easily. Overall, it's a great pack. The shoulder straps have little padding in there, very comfortable, carries well. It has a belt for the waist that's one of the things that could be improved. A hip strap with a little padding where the weight could rest on your hips, that would make it better. But for 45 bucks, you really can't beat what this pack is. Like I say, I got it from Galls. It doesn't have any other markings on it, so I'm 99% certain that Galls makes this pack. So for 45 bucks, I don't think you can beat it. I've been using it now for 6 months and really don't see a need for much else.